Many of the participants of the conference, they actually come from very different backgrounds. We have here philosophers of religion, we have historians of the Ottoman Empire, we have historians of Renaissance. In the sense of different geographic fields, interdisciplinarity, but also in terms of methodology, from the approach of religious studies and those who come more from the perspective of traditional history.
Well, the topic of this conference is relevant for this field, as we are here now in Budapest, in an area there was really a contact zone and where a cultural encounter between Europe and the Arab Islamic world, I would say, between Europe and the Islamic world happened on a daily basis. And our project, the general project, or the collaborative project which we put together and which is financed by the Humanities in the European research area. So the entire project is on cultural encounters between Europe and the Orient.
There has been a discovery of the Islamic relations with Europe, and the significance of the Islamic heritage for European history. And I think this conference fits into that interest. That interest is also fed by the discovery of a lot of new materials. A lot of sources have become available, a lot of materials in archives which shed light on the history of Muslims living as minorities, for example. So this is historical interest, I would say, in the first place. There's also, of course, the interest which is due to the migration of Muslims nowadays to Europe, and the awareness that the Muslim migration, the Muslim presence in Europe is interesting and deserves to be studied.
I've worked on some German theologians who were anti-Trinitarians. And for them, Transylvania, with the possibility to live their faith there, their anti-Trinitarian Christianity, was very appealing. So they tried to get there, and sometimes they crossed the border to the Ottoman Empire. And for instance, Adam Neuser, on whom I worked, was caught there and was brought to Istanbul, and then he converted to Islam. So it's really Transylvania, Hungary at that time was very crucial contact zone.
A lot of people will show to what extent Islam was not just something out there, but was actually very much present in the debates among Christians, and that there was a direct dialogue with Muslims themselves, who at this very time of early modern turmoils in Europe, the wars of the religious warfare and confessional warfare, actually sought to participate in these debates that are traditionally portrayed as only Christian. I think we will see that this was not entirely the case, and that we have to expand our framework of inquiry to include the Ottoman Empire and Muslims in general.